The Boy in the Box, America's Unknown Child. It was February 25th, 1957. The air outside Philadelphia was sharp and cold, the kind of chill that bites through the seams of your coat and lingers in your bones. Down a quiet dirt road in Fox Chase, a young man was walking through the brush, checking on muskrat traps. He wasn't supposed to be there. It was private property, but curiosity had led him deeper into the woods. That's when he saw it. A small cardboard box, worn, waterlogged, and barely held together by damp twine. Curiosity made him look closer, and inside, he found a sight that would haunt a city for decades. Inside the box lay the body of a young boy. He was wrapped in a plaid blanket, his hair crudely cut, his face bruised. There were no signs of who he was, no ID, no note, nothing but the silence of those cold woods. Terrified, the young man turned and left without calling the police. It took another day, when a college student happened upon the same box, for authorities to finally be alerted. By then, the story of the boy in the box had begun. Detectives rushed to the scene. They found the boy, estimated between 3 and 7 years old, lying in that box once meant for a baby's bassinet. His hair had been freshly cut, possibly after death. There were bruises on his head and body, marks of struggle or worse, of long-term abuse. But there was something stranger. His fingernails were neatly trimmed, his body carefully cleaned. Someone had taken time. Someone had cared. Even after what they'd done, the police photographed every inch of the scene. They collected the box, the blanket, the child's hair, the soil beneath him, even the pine needles that clung to the edges of his body. But not one clue led to a name. News spread quickly. Posters of the boy's face went up around Philadelphia, black and white photographs showing a fragile, innocent child, forever frozen in time. The city came to know him simply as the boy in the box, a name born of tragedy and mystery. Leads came in fast and died just as quickly. Some believed he was a missing child from a nearby orphanage. Others thought he had been abandoned by a traveling circus family. Police checked every missing child report in the state, then the country. No match. The boy's fingerprints were taken and compared against national records. Nothing, even his clothing or lack of it, told no story. He had been found naked, his small body carefully placed, as if arranged by someone who didn't want him to be found or wanted him to be found only in silence. Weeks turned into months. Detectives worked tirelessly. Men who had seen war, death, and human cruelty still found themselves shaken by this one nameless child. A tiny coffin was ordered. He was buried in a potter's field, the headstone reading only, "Heavenly Father, bless this unknown boy." But the case refused to die. Year after year, investigators returned to that photo, that haunting face. Retired officers kept his picture in their wallets, whispering to themselves, "We'll find out who you are." Reporters revisited the story, each time pulling new generations into the mystery. The public became obsessed. Hundreds of people claimed to know who the boy was, neighbors, relatives, even strangers confessing to crimes they never committed. Every tip was followed, every story unraveled, every promise ended the same way: nothing. Then, in 2002, more than 40 years later, the boy's body was exhumed. Technology had caught up to hope. DNA samples were taken, and the case was entered into national databases. Still, no match. The mystery deepened, but time has a strange way of revealing what it hides. In 2022, 65 years after that box was found, investigators finally got a breakthrough. Through advanced DNA testing and genealogy research, the boy was identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli, born in 1953. At last, America's unknown child had a name. Yet even as one question was answered, others multiplied. Who killed him? Why was he abandoned? And why did his family stay silent for so long? Authorities believe Joseph's parents are now deceased. And though the investigation continues, the full story, the why, remains locked away with them. Today, a new headstone stands where the old one once did. It reads, Joseph Augustus Zarelli, America's unknown child. People still visit his grave. They bring toys, flowers, and notes. They speak softly, as if trying not to wake him. The boy who was once a mystery is no longer forgotten, but the truth behind his death remains one of America's saddest unanswered whispers. Candle whispers of crime, where every silence speaks.